Yeah. TK. Jersey. I've been on the grind, man. All it took was patience. That money on my mind, man. All I see is hating. He jocking on the low, man. You know the kid is wavy. Like how you mad at me when you know you're fucking lazy. Should've changed.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Health is Key.
And the composer, Rel.
Yes, and we have another special. I gotta drag the special. Special guest with an S in the building today. Brother Divine Allah and Brother Hassan Yasin, aka Giant, the bar godfather.
Thank you for having me.
Thank y'all for coming up. Thank y'all. Can y'all please introduce yourselves and what you guys do and remind the people what y'all do? Please.
My name is Hassan Yasin, aka Giant, aka the Bar Father. I'm the CEO and founder of Bartenders. We want to pull people up on the bars before they wind up behind the wrong bars. We want our community to do some dips, then dip their head into a book, and then push up past negativity. And we're promoting health, wellness, and critical thinking to repair self in our communities.
Love it.
That's my mission. Fine.
Divine Allah, co-founder of Mind Body Activism, which is a branch of the Bartenders that was created by who I call the Abbott brothers that's been creating an innovative worldwide phenomenon. And that is what it is, has become all over the world, not just on the East Coast. Once we saw it, we was like, immediately we have to lock in. And Mind Body Activism was the perfect marriage to what Bartenders was already doing. And we said we got to put this on street corners from an activism perspective. So that's where the activism concept comes from. Mind Body Activism, Bartenders, inspiring people to take charge of their health.
Love it.
Using fitness as a platform. All areas of fitness, not just physical fitness, but mental fitness, emotional fitness, spiritual fitness. And all of that is an outgrowth or an extension of what the Bartenders were already doing.
Love it.
Wow.
I love it. I was someone that he was wanting to bring what he was already creating and the activism together as a marriage. Because sometimes I was like, I'm doing this, you doing that, and then the brothers separate their energy.
Right.
But why we can't bring that energy together, make that 360 and separate with our 180s and bring them back together.
Wow. I already had a question about that. So that's we align today. We align.
Okay.
So to open us up, y'all brothers already came with some wordplay. So opening up, since y'all first time on the show,
Yes.
what are or who is y'all favorite MC, rapper, or hip hop artist? And
And
why?
why? We always ask that question
And
first.
And why? I mean, I have a lot of favorites, but that's hard. So when you say one, so that means I can't pick my favorite one from the 70s.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead. We can make an exception. We can make an exception.
We never had that, so
We can make an exception.
Favorite
Make an
one?
Okay, no. Do you? However you feel like you want to answer it.
I mean, oh man, like, I mean, of course, man, we got, it's just so many. Every time they ask me, let me just say, I mean, my Canes, my KRS Ones, my Public Enemy, like, of course, the Locks, my Styles P's, my Jada's, my Chic Luchas. Man, that's Fat Boys. They all out of these hip-hop have an effect on my character and my whole thought process of how I see things in my community. I didn't take it as just lyrical bars. This was really a lifestyle.
Yes, sir.
So hip-hop was just like, it's really like a part of my life, my experiences. So when you say favorite, there's so many experiences I go through my mind of what music was affecting me back then. Even this in my mind, I'm listening right now to All Stars Need No Music. That's 81, 83. Like, I got a billion songs in there. So I love hip hop. I'm a culture of hip hop. Like, I don't even think I'd be on the level I am with exercise if I wasn't. Because sometimes people don't ask me the right questions. Like, he was always on the bar. No, I was breaking and popping, but I was always moving.
Right.
Because hip hop forces you to move. Not just physically, it forces you to move energy.
Teach.
Forces you to connect with others. So I just love hip hop. So I'm sorry I can't answer the question the way you would like.
Nah, that's cool.
But
You
there's
answered
cool
it.
G
You
raps.
answered
There's
it.
just so many
No,
more.
you answered
It's
it.
just that had an impact on how I love hip hop.
And you have to remember, we're showing our age a little bit. We
Definitely showing my age.
we were there when it was on its way, rearing its head.
Yep.
We saw it, and even the progression of it. We saw it go up, down, and everything in between. Different styles. He mentioned the Fat Boys. People rarely mention Fat Boys.
Yeah.
Each one of those MCs, besides the human beatbox, those MCs were tough.
Absolutely.
Cool Rock Skate,
Incredible.
Prince Market. They was tough on the mic lyrically. Rarely mentioned.
Speaking of tough, brother, I want to highlight Kool Moe Dee because I was having a cycle with my children about the first rap battle and nobody died.
Wow.
Kool Moe Dee, you know, when it gets busy B, and
Yes,
he
sir.
destroyed. And he was on stage with him, like, oh man,
Yes.
like this guy.
Yes.
It's like, and just to think about where we are now when it comes to what they connect in hip hop to with negativity and violence. And if you're really part of hip hop, you can't be violent.
Teach.
I don't care who you are, what energy.
Why is that though? In your
Because
opinion?
you got to first again go back to the source of hip hop. Even with the first, we got to go back to the first aggression of violence and being aggressive towards each other was in dancing. With the up rock being in your face and doing all of these things, but there was still where the violence came from.
Right.
We didn't do that till we started bringing the heavy drugs in because we never really passed like marijuana and alcohol. Like that was it for us. But we learned all these other things because of influence that you had to do to become a rock star. Sniff this. So where all the rock stars that ain't sniffing?
Right.
So there's certain things that you had to do to be a part of a certain circle. People say, well, how you can speak like that, Giant? Well, I was a DJ. I know music is music. And I've been to a lot of merengue parties of 5 a.m. where everybody got guns drunk as hell and there wasn't a fight. Stepping on shoes, merengue, salsa all night. All the drugs, money in the world. Zero violence. So what did I miss at my party? So it depends where you at and who you're around and the principle and moral, again, of people. So even though you say, well, how come there can't be no violence in hip hop? When was there violence in hip hop? Like name when? And the best part, there was even gangs around hip hop. There was no violence in hip hop.
Wow.
That's right.
Gangs was all over the place. Didn't affect hip hop. When? Like, give me an example. When? We didn't. We said, you know what? I'm going to let it be a part of my culture. Because we used to talk all the smack in the world. Nobody got hurt. So one-on-ones, nobody died. Zero violence.
Wow.
But then again, we was eating right, too, when you stopped.
I had real food.
Yeah, we had
That's a
chicken and
good point
fries
right
came,
there.
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
and the food ain't right, and I'm angry, I'm not succeeding, I'm not even developing it as a man properly. I should be mad.
So was that like around the same time where like the welfare and everything started to creep in, then the pop started to come out? Is that around the same time frame or like before or after?
That'd be a little after.
Little after.
Yeah. Welfare is mid-70s, early to mid-70s, then right into crack.
That's what I wanted to know because I wanted to know about that transition because, obviously we're the aftermath of that.
Yes.
But y'all were able to see that transition. So it's like a lot of times, even when I just talked to my boyfriend about it, like he telling me things about like seeing parents like where you was able to go to their house and then to the point where you couldn't anymore because they was addicted to drugs.
Yes.
So like, how was that transition for y'all? Like to see that, like, did y'all experience something similar to that?
I seen it, but we was becoming numb. Let me backtrack right back before. So Busta Rhymes just made a statement. Shout out to my brother Bus. Much love. And before I had a beef with Divine, I knock on his door. Hey, Miss Mary, is Divine here? Yeah, you ready to fight? Yeah, I'm in the front.
Right.
And we go tear each other up and I'll be at his house for lunch or whatever.
Yes.
And we keep it moving. Now the principles changed. Now the uncle I look up to, I got respect for, is getting high now. So even though I got my favorite aunt that's drinking, that's my favorite aunt. She takes care of me. Her principles run high. but she's functioning while she's drinking. So I don't think anything's wrong with it because you're functioning. So now I'm numbing you even doing it. So now it's becoming acceptable because you good. It's almost like looking good but being mentally bankrupt. Like you kind of switched it up today. You fully dressed, you look great, but mentally you know you just going through it. You're mentally down, you're depressed, but you ain't gonna tell nobody because you have to keep this ego attitude up.
Yes.
So when I seen it coming up, I was becoming numb like, oh, they're gonna be all right. It's not that bad.
Wow.
It's still functioning.
Wow.
Yeah, this is serious.
No, absolutely.
Because it happened to me. I didn't have to go to jail. All my boys was going, you're right, went to jail. Yeah, I wasn't scared. You wasn't scared? Now, that's my big cousin telling me he ain't scared. Well, I ain't scared either then. He went, I went. Like, it's not that serious. And then until you're there, then you realize they lied.
Right.
You
Right.
misled. You know, sticks and stones may break my bones. Words will never hurt. It depends. If you punch me, I'm going to get a black and blue. It's going to go away. But if you be like, you're stupid, you're going to be just like your father. That's my word. You're going to be on year 3. I'm not going to school. I'm going to be like my father anyway. And start to believe it while I'm numbing myself. Not a healthy thing for me growing up. What about you, Brother Divine, on that situation?
Well, growing up in the projects, we already know what the setup is there. No fathers. Even if you have a big brother, if he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, he's on that right path. But most of the big brothers were in the world that became crack. Matter of fact, Nas, one of my favorite MCs, he had a verse about, he said the rap game had the crack game had the rap game representing the rules. We saw that play out in front of us.
Right.
Now, I would have to give my favorite to Wise Intelligent from Poor Righteous Teachers. We grew up in the same community, Donnelly Homes, Divine Land Projects, where you saw the outgrowth of conscious men and women standing around the corners. We used to be in ciphers. Here comes crack. Brothers who were in the cipher, spitting all this knowledge, were also in the crack game.
Wow.
So we had that double thing we were looking at. These are brothers who are standing up when it comes to speaking. They knew the word play. They knew all the information about life and history and culture. But I just saw him sell drugs to my aunt.
Wow.
It was like a double thing happening. So when I first heard a Wise Intelligent spitting pure poverty lyrics, talking about what we were actually taking note of on record, it gave me a different outlook how I wanted to be in life, how I wanted to function. We use that word functional. And when we talk about movement and exercise is one thing, but functional exercise allows you to progress over an extended period of time.
Salute that, man.
And that's what people forget. Once you get a certain age, it's not just going to the gym doing a whole bunch of sets and reps. Am I functional enough to walk up and down the steps? Am I functional enough to get in and out of my car?
Training to the fundamental way of life.
Fundamental way of life.
You're doing bicep curls all day, but you're not going to lift nothing.
Not going to lift nothing.
Let's exercise what we're going to use. So this is why we say, why you keep building that beautiful body when that mind ain't developing? And that should be the strongest muscle we should really be highlighting. Because we say we highlight the mind as a source of all muscular activity,
Go ahead.
all mental growth and development. So become a pragmatic practitioner of what you say you're doing.
So what is a way that we can strengthen, or that y'all strengthen, that mental muscle?
Reading.
I was about to say.
Reading, researching, studying.
Especially research.
Yes. And then working to apply what you're reading.
Wisdom.
Don't see, a lot of us, especially now, social media has done not a lot of damage, but enough damage where people think they don't have to read. They just want a snippet of information. We come from a time where, again, like he said, I'm coming to knock on your door. I'm coming to see you. Back then, you had to go build with the gods. You had to go speak to Aunt Mary about what's going on in the family.
Switch the
Open it.
pages.
Yes, sir. You had to.
Hit the button, let it be
There's no way around it.
given.
Reading, researching, studying, working to apply certain things that you learn to your life experience.
That's exercise.
That's exercise.
Absolutely.
You're like a scientist, you know.
No, definitely.
Scientist.
Come on, man.
Definitely. We call ourselves exercise evolutionists because there's no limit to learn. What's the key word in learn? Earn. What's the key word in earn? Ear. So the information comes to the ear so I can earn through what I learn. And all of this is the same thing like a body. People do a pull-up. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to do a pull-up. The only difference is I'm going to tell a story through my movement.
Teach.
So I wanted to say when I do what I do, why did that affect me? And I didn't do nothing but watch it. Because there was energy in that exercise.
Yes.
Instead of just looking, because we built these particular movements to be innovative and challenging to the human body. That at the end of the day say, and I didn't take off my clothes. You ain't never seen your back, Giant. Why would you? I'm selling bartenders. I'm selling exercise, not my body.
Right. Right.
You know.
Imagine seeing.
It's important to keep this principle.
Yes.
Because the more you exercise, the more they say, well, let me see. Well,
Let me
what you see.
Right. How you looking? What them abs looking like?
You just missed the whole movement. So, and if I'm not exercising right, my body should look a certain way. Well, we had a brother, Pep, 71, that'll give you 8,000 crunches straight, who had no 8-pack.
See?
Deliberately walk up and wobble up on brothers like, yo, this brother's going to buy all this youth lunch. Let me get 5,000 crunches straight. This young boy got the pretty stomach, showing his stomach. You go first, young brother. And we be like clicking them with the lunchroom clicker like young brothers, y'all finished. So sometimes, the book could be deceiving. You look at the cover, and every time they see us, it's automatic. That's why we created the program Mailman.
Teach.
You know what I'm saying? Make, ask, what's that? Learn, and educate.
Educate.
Because every time you open your mouth, we believe you judge by your delivery. So be
Right.
careful, mailman.
Mailman. Waiting on that delivery.
So we had to put the language with the exercise because the hip-hop is the swag, it's the charisma. Why don't we create our educational curriculum with swag? Why not?
So
Why not?
how did y'all start like marrying, just the two, the fitness and being able to keep the community or keep the audience engaged? Because that's something that's a little challenging.
Yeah, even the name Bartenders itself was already conflict when I was going to the schools. Why bartenders?
Right.
Well, one, but doesn't make my youth wiser. Like,
Sure.
all of these things around alcohol, we draw attention to. Like, it's going to a baby shower. Why is there 20 bottles of Henny at a baby shower? The bottles are going to pop out. So if I create something that's going to make you ask me a question, then you're giving me an opportunity to give you information.
Right.
What's bartender? What you drinking? Okay, now I got you. Bartenders is such and such. So we have a chance to use the language. And I was dealing with a lot with the youth, and what was I going to use better than language to communicate? So if I do an exercise you never seen, and then I articulate it in a certain way with character, it's like you look like a nigga, but your character sounds like a king. And then when you walk in, I want you to have principle. While we working out if you coming in here and you nice, you got to make somebody else nice, right? But you can't stay around. Oh, so no matter how strong I ain't going to work. No, because if you're not making nobody else stronger, I'm going to fire you by next week anyway.
Wow.
Plus, when you come back, bring some kids or a wife.
Right.
If you don't got family or youth around you, you're not even safe around me anyway. Plus, I got to protect me from you.
Wow.
I'm still working on
Wow.
that.
And think about
Beautiful.
when you bring up exercising, 99% of people would say, oh, I'm at the gym.
Right.
What about nature's gym? The park. What do people do at the park? Just like in the bar, they socialize. But children are not in bars, though. Now you have people, got a call recently, yo, y'all brothers was at the park all summer. My mom appreciated y'all out there, man, because we had the babies out there. No cursing. Y'all didn't have y'all shirts off. Nobody was trying to talk to little girls out there. Y'all brothers is working out. My mom said, thank you. She working with the summer program next year. She hope y'all out here.
And
People now feeling
never
safe.
Did an exercise.
It never. All she saw was confident black men,
Right.
positive black men who could be doing anything else.
Just come to the park.
Come to the park.
You stressed out.
Come socialize. Come build.
Come communicate.
So we done raised the level of even what a park is now. We call it an outside interactive learning facility.
This is what
You're
it's-
interacting, you're engaging people.
Very
We see young kids running around, they playing on a jungle, what is it called?
Gym.
The jungle gym. We call it the humble gym.
So we changed it from jungle to humble.
Jump with a humble.
Jungle,
right.
there's animals in. Right. Ain't gonna be called jungle. And ain't no animals in the park.
Right.
You still
Right.
see the language again has an effect on who we are. So when you listen to the word community, there's no unity if you don't come. So we go back to the park. We going to work out today. What gym? We ain't going inside. We going outside.
Outside. In nature.
Outside. People's looking at me right now. Yeah, they got to watch you from the beginning. Humbling, huh? That's the acronym for giant. Growing is a noble thing. Okay, you ain't nice yet. Well, let everybody see you from the beginning. See you lifting each other up, knowing that it's okay. We can be corrected. We can be checked. And that's humbling. Don't pull a giant to the side. Check me right here in front of everybody. So now the other one, he can get checked? Yes. Push ain't been right. Clean this up. Wow. Yo. This is what I'm talking about. This is the energy I want to be around. And you got to create that energy because you could be around 1,000 people and still have no energy, no effect, or no growth and development.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Or become a part of the norm. And I didn't want to be a part of the norm. I wanted to bring something special to my community. And everybody's already talking exercise. So I said, well, what am I going to do that's going to be innovative? So even if this gentleman doesn't like me, because we're going to be jealous of each other, your son's going to still be over here.
Right.
Your daughter.
Right. Right.
Wife.
Right.
Now I got your grandmother now. So she's in the wheelchair exercising. You come right here, I'm going to give you a workout right where you sit. Before you know it, we got 10, 20 different Zooms of people in L.A. and the Netherlands, Chicago,
Right.
doing Zooms from their chair. John, I don't work out, but here's my grandmother, here's my aunt.
Right.
Then there you go. Whatever works, spread the information of health and wellness.
Love it.
Because we can't afford it right now. So people, you might even get Medicaid in a minute. You better go hit this part.
That's right.
I think it's
That's
a
right.
joke.
Absolutely.
They're going to be looking at me like, yo, y'all told us. Yeah, we told you. Move.
Absolutely.
But it
Just
all
move.
came from that foundation of reading.
The foundation of reading, because I was always a reader. My mother was just on it. Like I was the type I couldn't watch a movie and go outside. I had to watch The Wiz and then break the whole thing down.
Right.
I can go outside.
Right.
Watch People Under the Stairs, break the whole movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't no watching them. Watch the movie. Let's do it again.
Right.
Comprehension.
Uptown Saturday Night. All
Right.
these movies my mother
Right.
made me. And these are movies that we should be watching now.
Right.
We don't see the greatness in these stories.
Right.
And the deepest movie I just made my children watch was A Piece of the Action. You got to see this movie with Bill Cosby because he's in a classroom trying to help our people get a GED.
Right.
And you got to see the way they was acting in
Yes.
60
Yes.
compared to right now.
Yes.
It was ill because they was telling him we're going to go to jail because he did a scheme to make some money. And if you don't go help these underprivileged brothers and sisters, we're going to lock you down. So the reason I'm bringing this movie up is because, again, the concept with education, it's not supposed to be fun. Why not?
Why not?
No,
Because of the way
America's
we're
turn?
learning in America's term. Because my number one thing, I couldn't wait to go down south, not just to see my cousins, the stories. We don't even sit down as a family to break bread no more.
Come on, man.
I be asking, when's the last time you sat, we mean at a table? Like, yes, at a table. Like, never.
Unheard of.
Right.
You 18 and you
Unheard
never
of.
sat at a table with your family? Now my father takes the food and goes in the room. Ever been dropped off at school? Nah, like, we just, our whole thinking is just, we talking, not healthy.
Values and principles. Gone.
So
In exchange.
how do we get from the greatness that was instilled into y'all from the village from then? How do we start to take some strides to bridging the gaps between the greatness that we know is inside of us to being able to make it our reality within the challenges that we see today?
Well, I want to first humbly say you're doing it right now with
Right.
this platform.
Right.
You know what I mean? Y'all look beautiful, your energy's beautiful, and we need more of this. But I just believe there should be more of this in the community, the 24 hours apiece. There should be 20 minutes of this.
Right.
I gotta tell Akeem, I need 20 minutes of this live, and we just need to become more active. You know, one person that might want to be active, activate them to help them go activate someone else.
Right.
Take a youth and adult, everyone, a youth and adult, and we keep pushing. This is the level that I'm on, that I'm pushing on, because, you know, it's so deep what she said about the views and the likes. People still tell me, John, you don't got a page, you don't got this. I don't need to, you know me.
real life. It's real life footage.
Nah, for real.
I'm on VHS tapes, like way back before YouTube existed.
Right.
So not using this as a stepping stone, that's cool, but I also know it become a poison. So I know the reality of this whole thing. So especially if this starts to work, are they gonna upgrade you or try to downplay? You know, what's next? So I mean, that's an important question that he asked, Brother Divine.
And you have to get with like minds and push the work forward. That's the whole thing of being an activist. A lot of people are organizers, but they're not activists. People are activists, but they're not organizers. The same thing in the world I come from as a young revolutionary, attempting to use my consciousness as the get over. I'm conscious, man. I'm gonna be about that. I want to be like Malcolm. Malcolm Red. Okay. Huey P. Black Panthers, they read, they studied, and then they hit the street and they began to get with like minds. It may not be people in your immediate family. This is why I was so, man, really mesmerized when I first saw the videos of what these brothers were doing. And who would have known some years later, because of the work I was doing, it just connected. It just came together because the mind is going to attract what needs to be there for you. And the concept just really birthed itself right in front of us.
Incredible. There's a brother named Samson from Louisiana. Called me one day, Shine, I'm watching you on YouTube, man. How can I get you out here? Give me a flight, brother.
Yep.
You gonna stay with me? I'm gonna stay on your living room floor. I get to Louisiana, grandmother, 92. Like, I'm in this man's house, and the whole time I was like, yo, you like the Michael Jordan of the ball. Like, brother.
You literally just wow.
Told you.
Just did that.
Yeah.
You literally
Yeah.
Brother
just
Samson right now is doing big things in Louisiana. And I'm so humble because he got 2 books. He's working hard with the youth. That's from a pull-up. Now, I haven't seen him physically in almost 10 years, but that was from a pull-up. He flew me out. Then I flew him back to New York. Come stay in my house. Like, we got to know each other, but it's energy.
Right.
So I know when he says that reach out to like minds or healthy minds that really believe, make my prayer, then I move. Because the ones that already at the top see us. They already know what we're doing.
Right.
But it's like, nah, because he got morals and principles. He's not going to know. Not gonna.
Right.
So let me just keep going the way that I'm going.
Going to shake up some things. Right.
Because I'm going to say something when I get there. I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But then again, if I'm not for the community, I'm not supposed to. You know, a lot of people getting the bling bling, but don't have the think. So like the big brother Idris said in the back, it don't touch the ground when they get it. So when we get it, we're going to make sure we do what we got to do on the ground.
That's right.
Hold those accountable
absolutely.
that get it and don't say nothing. So I'm going to point the finger. My brother, my uncle, my mother, there's no, and this is a lot of stuff that we're not holding people accountable for because
Teach.
we don't say nothing because, well, that's my cousin's aunt. Well, you should be the first one to say something then. But it goes back to like the snitches get stitches. But as we was taught, it depends who's telling.
Go ahead. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, because it's a very thin line. See, the way you poison our community, you don't realize you're poisoning us by telling us. Because the Quran and the Bible says to tell. So make up your mind. Because righteousness says to speak up.
Teach.
Righteousness says that. So we gotta know just what banner we waving and why we're waving the banner. And what do we really want to do to stand up for what's next? Because I understand now, I'm standing up for what's next.
Right.
That's the next generation. But I also know, brother and queen, some of our brothers, you know, are going to definitely have to step down and move out the way.
Right.
Because they're going to keep passing it to the people that's the gatekeepers that do not want to help. We had a lot of powerful people in position that didn't do nothing.
Absolutely.
You know, and sometimes TV makes it look like a lot of people are doing things for us and they're not. It is trying to keep us, like, I mean, every time I look at the pillow, it says health and hip hop, and then I think of the pillars of hip hop. It was
10
peace,
pillars.
Come
it
on.
was unity,
Come on.
it was love,
Come on.
and it was having fun. It took out the peace, love, and unity.
Kept it.
Left
It just
with having
said, "Yo,
fun.
let's just get high and have fun." So,
Right.
it depends. I love hip hop. It's been a big thing for me, and hip hop has kept me healthy.
Absolutely.
John, what kept you healthy? Hip hop.
Yeah.
Hip hop, brother, man. You don't understand. Like exercising, dancing. That's how much work it takes.
To get out there and break
You
dance.
know how work. I mean, people laugh right now, but I'd be like, yo, brother. The break dancers are in Europe. Red Bull is giving a check you wouldn't believe. How people are paying their rent. Break dancing and live dancing. Red Bull is on a whole nother level
Wow.
Yes.
right now. Big time.
Wow.
So how did you come in our community and then create it and turn it into a sport? Well, I could create unity to be a sport. Yeah,
That's
this
a good
week
one
in
right
Baltimore, we got 4,000 youth from 11 to 14 who outshine Chicago's youth at 2,800 youth for the health and wealth prevention workshop. So we got to put more of our youth in the front.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
If you look around, there's not enough youth. You highlight them, but if they're not doing the wicked dance, it's like, don't let them shine. Like, let's highlight these grades. Let's highlight these young queens and kings that's doing
Right.
great strides. Let's highlight the one that was struggling, that got locked up, that changed his life, that got back on track. We don't see those stories, so we become numb and don't think they exist. We didn't see the person that beat diabetes.
Right.
We didn't see the person that was overweight that
Right.
lost weight and came back
Right.
and said, all right, this is how I am. I was a little flabby. I didn't want you to see that, but I took off the weight and I'm healthy. Why you can't just say, I'm alive, I beat diabetes, and I got some maybe weight hanging off me a little bit. You worrying about how you look still. You're alive. You keep missing the point.
Right.
So then when you get your body the way you want it, you still ain't happy, so stop. You was created perfect in your imperfection.
Teach.
You can act like you ain't perfect, but I don't think the Most High forgot to give you anything that you can't give yourself. I'm sure He gave you the perfect. So it's this journey, it's this lifestyle, and I'm honored for the people that's rocking with me with Mind Body Activism and all the other organizations, because there was no one out there,
Right.
Queen and King, doing pull-ups. And I'm not saying this to be saying it. You backtrack the last 20 years, wasn't nobody thinking about no pull-ups? And exercise in a park especially, wasn't nobody even looking in the parks, if you backtrack.
That's what I wanted to know. I have a question. So, right, because I feel like with people that's feeling like, okay, I can't do a pull up, or I can't change my diet, right? Or I don't even like using the word diet, but I can't change the way I'm
Lifestyle.
eating, right?
Lifestyle.
My lifestyle, right?
Right.
Can you let the people know who you were before, so they could relate? You know what I
Man.
mean?
Tell you right now, first, I don't know if Divine can do it, because Divine been a vegan monster for over 30 years. People say, John, are you a vegan? No, but I practice the lifestyle.
Yes.
So there's times that I eat fish. There's times with my daughter, I'm like, you know what, I can't eat right today. I'm going to get a turkey burger with no bread, no nothing, just lettuce and avocado.
See.
That's all I got.
Yes.
People say, John, well, why don't you promote eating healthy? Truthfully speaking, y'all can't afford it. So now I'm going to go back to the fundamentals that Divine taught me. What can we give them that they can afford?
Right.
So we got to go back to the fruit.
Yes, sir.
All these fundamental things that we eat. And it's not always about, can I afford it? Where can I go get it? What is healthy for you?
Right.
It takes time, because I can't be Divine, but I could be Giant, and I could practice some of the Divine's practices. So you have to learn, I believe, what works best for you. But I
That's
think
right.
you should really get on your fruits. The fundamentals, try to stay away from all the white rice. Just fundamental things to learn about your body. Because a lot of us, we never really took time to learn about our body, what works for us.
Right.
I always say it needs to be part of the curriculum. Like I feel like proper communication and proper comprehension in relationships should be something we learn
Go ahead.
as a youngster, and as well as taking care of our mind and our body. Like those two, because I mean, once you get past what you need to do for a living, you still got to communicate with people, and you
right.
still need great relationships.
That's right.
And just like with the relationships in our bodies, every organ, every cell has a relationship, and they
right.
relate to each other. And
right.
so you can have all the success in the world, but if you can't relate to nobody and can't no one relate to you, and you can't comprehend, and you can't have patience, then you're just gonna be lonely and depressed. You know, or not have a place to find answers, because you know the answers are sometimes inside of us, and then sometimes God sends the answers through other people. You know, from experiences. And so, you know, I just
that body is
No,
not
but what you're
healed.
giving us right now is energy through that communication.
Yes.
To me, that's
Yes.
an exercise.
That's right.
And every time I work out with someone, people be like, "Wow, Giant, man, the mental bill was heavier than the exercise."
yeah.
And I'm
Come on.
Then that's
Come
when
on.
you know you got it.
Yep.
How you gonna go do a whole hour and a half workout in the gym and you mad?
Yep.
I'm seeing people walk out the gym like, "There's how long he been in?" He's like, that's all of his weights he was lifting, and he's still mad.
Right.
Like, so that relationship is important, and for me, exercising is a relationship. So it's not about how many I can do. So I greet people, John, you can't do a pull up. Well, what would you like to learn? Why you want to learn that? Because she did it.
Well, because we
Why
saw
do
you do it.
Or because you see, you know, I know why I'm doing it. Right? Or why do you want to do it?
Right.
So right now, I just want you to move. So when we say health is wealth, yes, but you can't be healthy if you don't move. So we need that movement as medicine. Just go medicate. Take your family for a walk.
Love it.
We don't walk with our families.
Yep.
We walk our daughter to the store. Ma, don't walk with me. You embarrassed to walk with me?
With your mom?
You serious?
With your big brother?
Wow.
Come on.
So we really away from this whole getting together to do a whole family
Absolutely.
health and wellness.
That's usually what I encourage the women to do, because a lot of times with women, we don't know how to balance like work and taking care of ourselves and making space for family, right? But so what we do is we force it, right? And you know, you're pretending that everything is well, but internally, you know, you're lacking from self. Wow. Right. And so what I had to start teaching women was, I'm like, look, when we do our strength training and things like that, and
Yes.
we do everything home, like everything is via Zoom home. So they either outside, they go to the gym, or we're home. So
Right.
you know you're getting real strength because you got to use your body, right? And so they have to do cardio outside. And I'm like, look, if you don't have time, look, just put a timer on. Play soccer with your kids. Go walk with the family. Like incorporate
Right.
the family time, because what happens is they'll start taking care of themselves. And because we're so used to neglect, they start feeling uncomfortable, right? And they like, man, I'm neglecting my husband. I'm neglecting. And I'm like, look, that's just a feeling. I'm like, because you're not really the true you. Right. And so right now it's a little sacrifice because you're uncomfortable. I'm like, but you're not really the best version of yourself.
Go ahead.
So I'm sure they'll be okay with this next 6 months of you, you know, taking care of you first. And then if you
Yes.
need to incorporate it, add them into your walking, add them into your exercise so you don't have to sacrifice it.
Come on.
You know what I mean? And then after a while, it's going to be a normal thing for you to put you first so you can be the best version of yourself. Because right now, I'm hearing the conversations. They don't hear those conversations,
Right.
how you really truly feel. They think it's you on. So of course they're going to keep asking for more from you because that's what you present. But we know the real conversations of you feeling unworthy, you feeling depressed, and you feeling burnt out. You actually really are borderline tired of everything. But it's just with women, you know, we can't really just, it's frowned upon for us to up and leave. So men have a more reputation of before they snap, they leave. But women, we can't. So we will stay. Some women do though, but we'll stay.
doubt,
And so
no doubt.
if, you know, my thing is, it's never the outside. The outside of what's pulling you is really to show what's going on internally. You know, and so I'm so happy that y'all said about walking with the family.
Yes.
Because I always incorporate, look, you don't have to split the two. You don't have to split the two.
Come on.
You don't have to
Look,
split
I
it.
start my daughters and sons young. You gotta, if you can't pull yourself up, climb, jump, or run, you jeopardizing your own life.
That's right.
Because these are the fundamental things you should be able to do without the help of others.
Absolutely.
You know, so once again, it's not about how many pull-ups you can do, just about being able to pull yourself up to climb that fence to get home to your family.
Yes.
You got to be able to jump that fence. So staying healthy is just a mindset and learning how to eat proper because they're giving it to us right now. You know, like we were almost down to the water. We're going to be eating plants in a minute.
Man.
Like even the healthy food
Yeah.
in the next 10 to 20 years to me ain't going to be healthy.
It's, yeah, we got to create a whole new word.
You got to create.
Absolutely.
And that scares me. My daughter told me like that. Right now they close all the stores. I said, don't do that. Because we don't know how to hunt.
Right.
We know how to plant.
Right.
We know how to chill. We know how to dance.
Right.
We know how to pop off.
Yep.
Right.
Don't ask us to create Milden. So there's a very few. We trying to get those
Absolutely.
minds back together in our ciphers to create greatness.
Agriculture.
So
And that's
goes
what it
back
is
to the
about
young
being.
ones.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, brother.
And that's what it is about being healthy. Just think about it. Health. We want to jump straight to being healthy.
Yes, yes, yes.
Just like a person coming to the gym, I want to jump straight to doing pull-ups like giant. And the word health is the word healed,
Yes.
and that's internal.
Yep.
Healthy looks different on everybody,
Right.
Yes.
but healing, that's something also. It's deeper than how you looking.
Absolutely.
You in the gym exercising, like he said, what you still mad for? If you knew what the body does when you're exercising, releasing those hormones and doing certain, brother, that's like a stress reliever. Why you still walking out the gym?
Absolutely.
Why you at the park mad around children?
Absolutely.
You don't know who you inspiring with the mad look. We ain't on the yard.
Right.
You know, we have to heal, and that has to take place internally, mentally, and to the eating thing. If you're doing what you're supposed to do with your internal environment, it's not you don't have to put a label on it.
Absolutely.
I don't have to be divine, the vegan.
Yes.
I'm just concerned about what's going on internally. Am I allowing this body, this vehicle, to be parked for a minute?
Park.
Am I pulling over?
Park for a minute.
Am I resting
that's
it?
important.
You put up a post one
Please.
time about, come on, get y'all sleep. You got to rest this thing.
Thank you.
You got to
glad.
water it. Make sure it's properly hydrated,
Absolutely.
properly rested.
Absolutely.
You got to get out and get you some sunlight.
Absolutely.
And you have to get around good energy.
Absolutely.
You got to get around those other cells so you can transport the proper nutrition throughout the body. The body on a larger scale is a community, but all of that starts with self, whether it's CELF or SEL, self, family, community. And once the cells appreciate what's going on, they become larger entities of greatness for your body.
Absolutely.
If they don't appreciate, they become larger entities of detriment. That's where the cancers and things.
Wow.
So we're cells.
Wow. Yes.
We found
yes.
each other. Yo, let's go transport this proper nutrient up to the eyes of the community.
Right.
And that's what this is, man. A good movie you mentioned. Was it The Action?
Piece of the action.
Piece of the Action. Bring that up to date to a modern movie. You have Osmosis Jones. It's a cartoon slash real life.
Yeah.
And it basically gives you the breakdown. What goes on when you think in a certain way? What goes on when your body is affected by something that's coming from the outside, and now your internal self, your internal environment is now upheaved. What are you going to do? And you saw the story. The daughter was trying to tell the parent, Dad, you got to change.
The daughter.
The daughter, you know, the children, you know, from the mouth of babes. And usually it happens that way, but life has to happen also. You're a parent. You ain't trying to, I know you're doing all that stuff with Giant and them. I ain't nobody trying to do it on push-ups and stuff, but Mom, you should have seen me. Come on, I ain't got time. There's things going on.
Right.
And we have something that can slow a lot of that. We know it can. We are a human repair agency. We have to slow folks down. Folks have to slow down, man, and get back to the basics.
Absolutely.
Back to the basics and not overwhelm them. That's the thing, too.
Yes.
Yeah,
because
very much so.
it can be overwhelming when you're trying to
could be.
present health to our
That's why you gotta make it a lifestyle.
Make it a lifestyle.
Necessary and beneficial.
That's it.
But even when you go back, see, I always humbly said we was always healthy because I don't remember growing up not playing a game that we was not moving.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe I wasn't that active in New Jersey, but we had.
Man, bop the can.
Yes, we had 10,000 games. Every day was hot piece, but there was something about
Hide and
movement
go
going
seek.
on. There's something.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Man, I don't remember standing still, and that was the
Right.
Right.
and that was the game standing
Double
still. I
dutch.
don't dodge, double dutch.
Only part of stand still was probably when you
Skelly.
were saying any, mini, mighty, mo.
That was it.
That was it.
That was the count, brother. And that was it. It was just movement. Movement was the energy, man.
Right.
You know.
Even in the house, I never heard my mom or dad talk about exercise. But I can remember on Friday when it was time to either go out to eat with the family or they'll buy pizza they'll order something, right? My mom, we ain't touching that pizza because she got string beans on the stove. So even the little jewels always having the vegetable. We just ordered this pizza, all this cheese. Even though she didn't say it, no, I got some greens on the stove. I got some sweet peas. You ain't getting the slice till the sweet peas got to be right next.
That's right.
So the jewel was there. A lot of us don't realize it till later on in life, man. Those are the seeds that were planted. And something that really sparked it was seeing my father. Our family's from the South, so diabetes first, colon cancer, prostate cancer. He was out of here at 47. He was still a baby. That was the spark. I'm 11, 12 years old, seeing him go through those stages, and all right, somebody got to be a beacon for both sides of my family. But here come Divine with all that health stuff. Here he come. Every family reunion got to be spoiled. I'm showing up. But again, it's self first, and things happen with the cells until you meet that A-alike,
Energy,
that other energy.
That energy.
Right? Oh man, somebody else is thinking like me.
Right.
And it's positive, and it's doing something that could stir up some things to make us more healthy.
Absolutely.
Come on,
And don't enjoy it and start loving it. Because everybody I've ever
come on.
put on that goes through that pain first, you see them again, they beating you to the park. They beating you to they at the juice bar before you did. Oh, you bringing somebody with you. So it's all about this reinvesting in someone else, man. Not just yourself. When you know you almost there, you got it. Go plant that seed. Go push someone else, because that's the ultimate pull-up.
Right.
You know, how do you know you're great if you can't make someone else great? Or how do you help someone that doesn't think they need help? That's the level that I'm at now. Like,
Right.
how can I help you knowing you don't think you need the help? That's the channel now.
So what are some of your tactics for that?
Smiling. Bringing good energy.
Love you.
No, but really showing up, because people, I'm still learning. I'm surprised about a lot of things right now, still growing. And I'm so busy, I forget to go, I didn't pay attention to the outcome of that situation. So people be like, John, you really here again? Like, yeah, we're training today. Like, oh, you came back. Like, yeah, like, nobody ever comes back. No, and be dead serious. Like, I didn't pay you yet. Like, I know. You really showed up. All right, kids, he's here. Like, let's get ready to work out. Like,
That's right.
the consistency, it means a lot to show up.
Wow.
And be who you say you are.
Yeah, that's important too.
Really be that.
Yes.
You can't front when it's time to really get some training in.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't front.
Because even with the health and wellness, the scary part for me, again, Queen, I have to say, because you brought it up, the most terrifying part for me is health is seeing all these phenomenal, strong men with sick families. I'm not bringing my girl to the park. I'm not bringing my girl.
Teach.
Because she don't look like me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not bringing my kids, because Billy out of control. I'm very respectful. But Derek is but you ain't going to control him.
Right.
And you know he needs to work. You should bring him around so I could check him. So you bring yourself around and you keep all the other health and baggage. So I need the brothers to really start bringing your cousins, nieces, girlfriends, mothers to the park.
Right.
Because a lot of us got a lot of influence, and we know we do, but we won't use it the way we can.
Yes.
Right.
You know, I remember the first time I seen the toughest dude in my life wear a tie. I was like, what the You can wear a tie? Yo, I'm getting one. Nobody even told me his pants is on his waist. Nah. No, nobody told me that you can do it. I didn't know.
Right.
So now that I've seen it, I'm going to get a tie. Because I look up to him, I'm going to get, y'all got a job. Y'all got another job. You got two? You can have two. Nah, I'm on another one. I know you can get two. Nah, wait a minute, I'm in less trouble. Oh, I'm learning my disease. I need more work. Oh, I think I'm getting it. And then the mind starts to, because once you reach out to the universe is going to reach back.
That's right.
So is it like that when it comes to, like, especially as men, us brothers, whether it's older, whether it's around middle age or even like teenagers? Because, you know, the stereotype for us men, we not supposed to show emotion. Or if you do show emotion, it's looked at you gay.
Right.
Because you show some emotion.
That's
So,
deep before.
like, when we tap into that, you know, is it the same mind frame?
It is. Well, I let people know I cry a lot. I've been crying a lot. Plus, if I don't, it's probably going to be a problem. So I have to let that energy out.
Right.
And I don't be crying because I remember I'm crying because
This is a safe space.
brothers that's in power.
Go ahead, beloved.
And then they wives go home and lay down with them instead of feed them healthy poison. Like, you know this dude is the one that can really help. And it's like, hey, honey, like, no, bust him in the head with the biggest crock pot. And he might wake up. Like, I think we need to shoot the movie and drag some people up. There was a movie by Spike Lee called Drop Zone. He was going to get people like,
Drop Squad.
Oh, Drop Squad.
Drop squad.
We don't remember who you are. Showing the pictures with thick glasses and
Right.
like, cause we really don't remember.
Right.
Like I asked the youth yesterday, why you want to fight? He's talking about my mother, and he was heated. And I said, watch this. Would your mother want you to fight? Are you thinking about it? Nah, so why you all? It was that. Wait, just stop. Hey, you're right, yeah. But he was on 100. Your mother wants you to fight? Because I'm going to call her right now. Nah, she probably won't. You saying that because they staring at you. I'm going to ask you again. Now she won't want to fight.
Go ahead.
And turn it down, brother. Go put some water because water cools fire. That don't work, have a seat. Do these push-ups. You ain't going to pop off after these push-ups.
Right.
Oh, no. Do these jumping jacks.
After this set.
You ain't going to swing on. You're going to be tired.
Right.
So now that the schools brought us in and we giving this exercise, by the time they get back to their class, Raheem too tired to be out of control.
Right.
But he got all the energy before he gets to your class. Give him this bartender workout.
Right.
We got him. He ain't, but now he's full of energy. He didn't eat. He's mad. His father ain't come home. And he's in your class with his cell phone telling you to call my mother. I never had that opportunity. I always wanted to say that. Like, oh, my friends, call my mother.
Right.
I can't say it today. I'm a grown, call my,
Nah.
and they say it like,
It's nothing.
Like,
What?
yeah. Do something.
Right. Right.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that's why we're here to redirect that energy.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, you know what? I was watching an interview. I was doing my homework, and I heard you say that it was easy a long time ago for you to go left, right, and then go right. And I'm thinking of that based on the child that you just said, because it's like the fighting because somebody talking about your mother's kind of condition. Been a thing in our community forever.
Yeah.
So like, what is that? Like, why is it so easy for our community to go left than it is for us to go right? And especially like, you know, as men, like, and how do you control that? Because
You mixing the questions, Queen.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's all right, Queen. Hold on.
I'm just
One,
trying
no. The first part is
Yeah. I'm just going. Like,
No,
y'all
you
got
definitely
me
going. No, you
y'all got me
definitely
going.
You want to get mine first, brother?
It's always, or a large portion of that is the environment also. Whether it's the home environment.
Yes.
Now, home is not just the house you live in. The house is not a home. But what's going on inside of that? This home. If your liver is unsettled, those cells going through it.
Absolutely.
Okay? Now we go to the external environment. Ego plays a large part. Then you go to the larger, what's going on in the world. It's the environment. Nobody wants to be called out. Nobody wants to be accountable. Nobody wants to be responsible or able to simple, basic stuff. They don't want to be.
I'm going to have to give it back to some of our kings that dropped the ball. Some of the brothers that came before us
Come on.
didn't address
Come on.
certain things.
Come on.
And it was left
Environment.
unsettled. So now that we got the person that never had principles, he's in power.
Right. Right.
Power.
Right.
And then nobody checked it.
Yep.
That could have checked it.
Right.
So it was like, whatever, I'm gonna mind my business. Now that business is in your house.
Yep.
There you go.
So it became a reality that affected us because we didn't have, I mean, think about how many more role models or black men we had in our communities.
Man.
Because I know I had uncles that was knocking on other people's doors,
Right.
you know, and we didn't, the whole village thing stopped. It became, don't say nothing to my son. When I just seen what he did,
Right.
see, I would say,
Come on,
I'm kind of jealous. I didn't have that privilege.
No, sir.
Once I left the block, I was like, I know your mother. Like, oh, it wasn't
Wow.
no, even when, and then when I tried, I'm gonna use me for an example. Even when I went left and got good at it, around certain people was like, you Miss Jackie's son.
Right.
Like,
Right.
the toughness didn't feel tough no more when they said that.
Right.
Cause the principle, I bit my mother up because the
Right.
moral was
Right.
was heavy.
Right.
But again, I had other mothers raise me. I had
That's
guardian mothers. I had other people that was fathers. That it was not. You see mines, check it, because my mother was different. If you didn't
Right.
check it and she heard,
Right.
she was gonna knock on your door and ask you why you didn't check it. So that type of parent kind of became comfortable, because now when I see these parents, that's your mother, your best friends. That's your mother you talking to?
Right.
She know what it is. I'm deaf. I don't know nothing about that lifestyle. I don't know nothing about that lifestyle. So
And what happens when you can't control that or allow that?
influence.
Come on, man.
You know what I mean? So
Especially as a man.
as a
as a
man,
man, you feel dead inside. You don't feel like
Inside.
you're able to express
What's
yourself.
going on in there?
And then that's leading to other stuff that's taking place and the
See,
frustration
I know the
going different. So
Absolutely.
now you
on.
full of aggression,
Come on.
and now you beating up the women
but
in
the
front of the
aggression
children.
comes, and this
Absolutely,
leads to the charge. You know what I mean? So
Come on.
the mental charge. So
It's bottled up.
Yeah.
it's not only bottled up, but we don't. Again, we look to feel good instead of grow good.
Right.
So again, like you say, see that healthy, but I don't want to heal. In order for me to come better, I gotta apologize.
Yeah, that apology.
So when I learn how to apologize and grow and say, wow, like I didn't even know I can hurt people. I really didn't know. Like sometimes you don't really know. You think I hurt you. No, you can really hurt someone. And I'm
Wow.
like, okay, well, how? That's what made me go so hard in my community. Because when I came out, I was like, well, where's my competition? I can't be the only black man out here that's working out and got a brain. Because the more I worked out, they loved me. But when I started talking, I was like, oh, this nigga got a brain.
Yes, sir.
The women, how you doing, queen? Oh, that's to do with the brain. No, thank you. Because I could got
Hey,
clean white teeth.
here comes the
on,
guy with the
beloved.
brain.
And I was like,
Come on.
I got a big family, I got wives, and you're not going to hide your family? Because I've seen grown men hide their family for phone numbers.
Right.
I'm still learning how to figure that one out.
Come on.
Right.
You just hit all the kids for a number?
Yep.
No. Not
Yeah.
a whole family for a number, but no, this is real. But my thing is, how do you convince yourself to want to do that?
Come on.
Convince yourself.
Come on.
Wow.
Because you got to
That's
convince.
not natural.
No, see, that's not.
It's not
See, so what you just said, I was waiting to set you up to say it. It's not
That's
natural.
definitely not.
So I set myself up to believe I can live to the left, which was an unnatural state for me.
Unnatural.
But it felt good at the time. Negative. Somebody asked me, I hate police. Why? I forgot why I hate police. Oh, all my homies hate because I'm a rap. So
Right.
But then when I said, wait a minute, I got caught by the police. Yo, I hate the police. Hold up. Don't hate them. Why? I just realized it's their job to chase us.
Teach.
I forgot your position. Your police, your job is to, hold up, you're a woman. I know your function. I forgot. You're a man. I know your function. You're a Nick, so I know how to address you. You're a thug. Don't want me to address you like a man, do you? So now I'm learning the principles of these titles.
Right. Right.
That's who, I'm gonna let you say who you are. Who are you? Okay. Now I know, okay, you said you're that, right? Now I know how to address you. Yeah, I can't address you to the right because you to the left. So let me address you like a gangster. How are you a gangster with legal aid?
Come on.
Yeah, nobody told you that in here yet, right? Oh, by the way, that new gun charge, your mother's getting thrown out of housing. Because now when you catch the charge underneath her roof, she gets kicked out.
Wow.
Yep.
And all you're going to say is, my what? My bad. No, she's moving already.
Yep.
And you have free shelter.
Wow.
So the game is getting ugly right through our eyes on television. And we chilling while we doing it.
Yep.
Our kids, I'm watching brothers now in jail with their children.
Wow. Yeah, I'm seeing more of that too.
This
You
is
imagine
different.
that?
Recently, I can't. My father was in jail for I want to say over accumulation of over 16 years. First year, 2-year bid. Second year, 6-year bid. The last year, 10-year bid.
So you think he was graduating and was comfortable? And no disrespect to dad, but if we do something that don't work and we go back to doing the same thing,
Right.
like I used to tell my boys, we got a master plan to lose. What do you mean? Well, what Kimo just got caught with? A gun. What happened? No, but he told us it was a big gun, so he's gonna get a smaller one and throw it further.
Wow.
Master
Come on,
plan.
man.
No, they're not gonna get me this time.
Right.
Come on, man.
You know what I mean?
Please.
No, and I'm not gonna lie. I loved the game. I enjoyed being negative. I got good at it.
Right.
Became numb. But somebody forgot to tell me like
Come on.
the other rules
Right.
to the game.
And I'm glad he told me those rules. Going to visit
You know
him,
what?
you don't want to be here.
You don't. See.
When I go in the back, when y'all leave, I gotta cough. I gotta have another grown man
Yeah.
do this, that, and the
Yes, sir.
third.
Bro.
Oh yeah, nah, pops, I don't want to be here.
See what I'm saying?
Don't bring yourself here. Don't come here.
But you made the choice never to go because of your principle and value. Because if your anger was bottled inside, like he's saying, at some point it's gonna pop.
Exactly.
And I have to give it up to the village. You know,
See, love, brother. I'm glad you acknowledged
Come on.
who helped you.
because the
The
village
village.
supported me like tremendously. You know, I have.
I love and respect for your family and your pops too.
Thank you. And I have a rap, I forget it, but it's just talking about just the different chess pieces. You know what I'm saying? I got grandmothers or grandparents. I have aunts. I have some uncles. I got some cousins.
We all
There's
got
some
to
love
do our part.
around it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So even though y'all weren't able to be him, y'all did the best that y'all could to try to fill in that spot for him. You know, so it gave me the jewels to be able to be around other like-minded people. Because Tori and I, we've been
That was
friends
a blessing.
20 plus years.
But you could have woke up and said, "I want to be like my father." You were
Right.
ringing bells.
I kept
Right.
saying I don't want to be like him.
But hold on. And the universe heard you
Right.
again,
Right.
brother. No, brother. The,
Come on,
the
man.
Universe. I know brothers that
Come on.
inspire to one. I'm like, brother, you're gonna, and I'm, brother. You know how it feels for me to be in a public school. Watch you go to middle school, and I'm like, brother, you're not getting better. Then turn around, and I'm seeing you in the horizons, juvenile.
Wow.
Then turn around, you got a master plan. Then you're on right. I see it.
Yes.
Wow. Dang.
I'm watching it. And then get the call and say, can I give my mother something for commissary? I can't, King. I can't invest in that. Because I was a part of telling you that this wasn't it. And you promised me you was going to hold your mother down.
Wow.
Who's going to hold her down now? So you're giving me more responsibility. Divine
Wow.
responsibility.
Yep.
Tory more.
Yep.
Because we here.
Right.
So what you're doing right now is groundbreaking, brother. How many more? Go look at another king and queen and listen to what they talking about. Listen to what they talking about and what they interviewing and what they building on. That's what I tell people. You sure you want to hire me? Because I'm a consultant. I don't work for the...
Man.
I'm coming in for change. If you're not expecting that, don't even bring my program in your building.
Right.
Because this is what we're doing.
We coming to stir it up. We coming to unsettle that. We're coming to not create a problem, but there needs to be a problem that happens internally. So externally we can
That right-
breathe.
that was
The
a
community
gem right
can't
there.
breathe now.
Right. Right.
I mean, look at what's being promoted.
We feel ourselves as like
Come
the
on,
popcorn curriculum to the culture.
Right.
Say that.
Go ahead.
You know that
Love
we
it.
like the
Come
popcorn
on.
curriculum. You know how the kettle's so hard till you put that heat of knowledge on it and that proper food, and then it starts pop.
Come on.
Pop.
Yes.
Hold on, this hard kettle that'll crack your tooth.
Yeah.
But this beautiful.
That's what we doing, man.
That's all we doing, brother. So imagine we trying to get those worst kettles that are the most ugliest that nobody want to deal with in the community, and me get that one.
Yep.
Why? Because that's me.
Right.
Don't give me the one that works. She cute. She already fixed. How you know my program work? She come to school every day. Give me the one that's late every day that live across the street.
Right.
How you late
That's what
every
we want.
day
Right.
and live across the street?
Yep.
We get it, man.
We get it. I mean, Divine's also learning that a lot of youth we send back home to broke parents.
Wow. We talk about that.
So some of these parents
This.
need the workshops, because I'm trying to create a school where the parent got to come with you, depending on their principle. Like you need to forget learning. Just sit in the school and just. You probably forgot. Maybe you're tired of parenting because you can get burnt out. It's a lot on the women.
Yes.
You know that the kings is not there. You know what I mean? The big brother. That's another thing. Shout out to all the uncles called uncles that never did nothing uncle-like. Shout out to the big brothers
Come on.
that say
never
what's
did
up,
nothing
big bro,
big
but
brother.
did never big brother like.
Right. Right.
Look, 'cause we got a lot of uncles. What up, unc, that never did an uncle.
Right. Or big homies.
Right.
That's the big homie. Okay.
Yeah,
Make
like
sure you
the
got
big-
the school. That's what the big homies
Was doing.
That's what they were doing.
Yep.
Big homie made sure, like, man, what you doing out of school? The big homie now is okay with you spending. He know you in the 9th, 10th grade. 6 hours went by. What you still doing out there with the big homie? Big homie supposed to be on that.
Big homie sound like the parents being the best friends.
on,
The
man.
big homie, the best friend, instead of being that big homie to tell you, take your butt to school. You out here 6 hours.
Principles, values, man, it's gone. Community is not breathing.
We pushing some, bruh.
man.
We push,
Oh, no doubt.
we
No,
push-
here we come. We're resuscitating it, man.
Goodness is
We
on.
breathing life back into the embryo. We doing our best. It's already been set in motion. And this is why I always big up the general. A lot of children, we always give them the idea of, oh, who's your favorite superhero? I don't want to hear nothing that's in no magazine or no comic book. Real life superhero.
Yes.
Right.
This is a real life superhero.
We all-
What y'all doing? Real life
Superman.
superheroes. You don't have to wear a cape. Come on, you got your. Come on,
Please.
superheroes. Somebody that sets something in motion, not just on the East Coast, around the globe, and to be able to actually walk with your superhero. Imagine a young child saying, "Oh, Superman is my favorite." Tomorrow, Superman coming to his door. Excuse me, his little Hassan home.
Right.
Do you know what that can do for a young man or a young woman?
Absolutely.
That's why part of why we do what we do.
Wow.
So the young people can see it's a real superhero live right down the street, Mom.
That's right.
I saw him at the park the other day. He showed me how to do a pull up, Mom.
Yep.
Mom, that's that man that bought me them 2 apples. Them apples you argued with me. Cause one young brother told me, man, my mom didn't want me to bring the apples in the house. What you talking about? Where your mom at?
Right.
You know? But now he looks forward to when I see him at the little corner store,
Facts.
he look at the fruit now.
Right.
Real life superheroes, man.
That's real, family.
Mom, that's him. Dad, that's that man. That's that man.
And I love that. I love that.
That's dad. That's him. Young man with his dad. Dad. That's him.
What you think Dad want
part.
to do now? Dad got
Come
to
on.
go hard.
Now,
so
Dad-
you big
come on.
Dad now.
Come on, man.
Man, thank y'all.
And it doesn't cost.
Oh my God, this is
This is your cells, to the healing thing, your cells want to serve you.
absolutely.
If you keep uploading foolishness and negativity to your cells, they're going to serve you.
Right. Right.
Absolutely.
Your body is going to look a certain way.
Absolutely.
But if you speaking life into them, hydrating them properly, it don't matter if you call it, what is it, alkaline water or regular spring water. Your cells only
servant.
recognize being hydrated.
Right.
Be a servant. Man. Be a servant.
servant,
Serve is something.
Brother said he liked to cry. I like to serve. Do me something while I'm serving.
Nah.
Let me go sit around some elders for the day. Let me be of service. Miss Bessie, you need something from the store? Mr. Leon, you need something? You need something out the car real quick? Serve. It's simple, but life makes it complicated. Man.
It is.
People don't want to take those extra steps. But if you offer up what you need to offer up, plant the seed, come around when you have to shine some light and water it, it's going to grow. You may not see it go through all the stuff that it's going through to grow. Eventually, it'll catch.
Take your time. It's like that beautiful ocean. There's a lot of things happening at the bottom.
That's right, a lot.
And the bottom is inside itself. So,
That's right.
Earlier mentioned the crying is a purification of energy.
Go ahead,
pain.
brother.
So
Go ahead.
instead of taking that energy out on other things. So
It's a young brother.
family, community, and world
Come on. Self, family, community, nation, man.
and nation.
Bartenders. Mind, body activism. What you're doing, if it's important enough to you, it should be important enough to your family.
Absolutely.
If it's important enough to you and your family, it should be important enough for the community.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If it is that important to you, outside of being negative, be the example. You never know who you inspire. There's a young brother. As much as I'm into the way this lifestyle is looked at, being vegan or being healthy, skin shining and all that stuff. But if a young brother can come out of a store and say, yo, OG, I got an orange today. Am I going to beat the brother up about that ain't organic though?
Right.
The fact that he finally, OG, I got the pineapples they selling in the back, man. I got them. They just cut them up, OG.
Started.
Come on, at least he started.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
But this mention that, but on before we close out,
Go ahead.
when you do get the knowledge,
Go ahead.
continue to be patient.
Come on.
You was Derek last week. Now you Dr. Bombay Health Apple Cider. Now everybody's a deadbeat
Right.
except you.
Yeah.
Yo, Baif, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Last week
Right.
it was Killer Joe.
Yeah.
Killer Joe.
Now you rock, man.
Right.
Be patient with the people.
Yes.
Be patient.
Yeah.
And with your healing.
Which
Yeah, absolutely. It's forever. It's
Yes.
forever.
Come
The
on,
patience is-
fam. You know you're gonna be in the park the next day. Don't just bring one water bottle. Bring two.
Yeah.
Right.
It's offering is humbling.
Yes,
There's
sir.
a lot of brothers, Divine. You know he laughing. We mean some deep brothers. I'm like, I can see why the youth will never talk to you. No one. You're unapproachable,
Yep.
and you got some good information.
Y'all see what we
Balance,
doing?
balance,
Yes,
balance,
balance.
Please.
And that's the part we talk
Balance
about:
is
character,
key.
attitude, personality.
Yeah, fix
which
your
is the bartender's backdrop. Your character got to be right. Your attitude, your personality.
If not,
It's come on, fix your cap, beloved. But
if you
also
don't fix your
balance.
cap, you might wind up getting shot with it.
Not with a cap.
Absolutely.
So stop capping.
Yeah,
Or
I
start
got the
capping.
bars.
Full start.
Start capping. Big homie, where your character at? You ain't help such and such out the that's your baby mom. Where your cap at, man?
Now look at the old cap in 81, 82. Big time drug dealers, gangsters,
Come on,
gambling.
man.
Miss Tori's mother, come by, move. Move. How you doing, Miss?
Oh,
Give
right.
with them back.
Right.
Dangerous. Everybody terrified of them.
Yep.
Move, Miss Tori's mother. All right, you take care, man. Soon as she leave.
Right.
Now today, they'll stick their foot out
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
or tell you why you see what we doing and look at you sideways.
But just thinking of like bringing things to a full circle as far as the reading as the foundation that will allow you to start connecting some dots, to allow your character to shine, to allow you to be a model, you know, because we need more models. Like I'm so overjoyed with y'all two brothers being here today.
Salute.
You know, because
Appreciate it.
this is the stuff that we need, and this is the stuff that me as a youngster, like I thirst for when I was younger, to be able to tap in with some older gentlemen that can give me the wisdom,
Brother,
not
we
give
must
me
be
some
related,
sugar coated, but to really sit down and do some thoroughly digging.
Go ahead.
So, cause I'm curious minded, I have a lot of questions, but who is able to answer these questions that I have? Because y'all around me, but y'all not tapped into what y'all need to be tapped into. Because y'all so focused on the stuff y'all shouldn't be focused on. So to be able to see y'all and see that y'all are like our older selves, being able to talk to the younger self, so we are able to meet the people where they at right now.
Salute.
Go ahead.
Continue on doing the work that we doing now, because
Salute.
it's amazing the things that we've gathered from what y'all
Whatever
shared
you
with us
do, we want
today.
to be a part of.
That's right.
Support what you're doing. What has anything to do with anything that I'm doing. I want to support what you're doing. This is important to keep this synergy to continue to service
Right.
each other.
Yes. Same
Thank
here.
you.
If it ain't making us better, we don't want to service each other.
Yes.
You gotta service.
Yes.
That's right.
You gotta invest, man.
And you talking about hip hop, there was a time when it's not like now when you have one set of rules that hip hop is attempting to promote.
Right.
We saw if you were a dancer, there were hip hoppers that were dancers, Kid and Play.
Right.
Kwame, they were hip hoppers who were dressers. If you was into fashion, if you was into, they call it the book bag rap. But
Right.
that was, I got my lane.
Uh-huh.
That straight conscious, I have my lane.
Yep.
Hardcore, spitting gangster lyric. I had my lane.
Right.
All of that's gone now. We're only given one plate. We're only given broccoli now.
Right. Wow. Right.
Though broccoli is good, but I need
Malnourished.
the other starch. I need some other. I need some stuff. I need more stuff on the plate. I need that colorful palette. Now we don't have that. There was a time when you knew, okay, I'm going this path.
Right.
If it's going to work for me, it's going to work.
Now I try something else. Or we justify it now with a word called, I think that's dangerous to me, called freestyling.
Free.
So you're not even going to get a direction. No, I'm just going to let.
I'm gonna just go. Just go.
That,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, so for some people that's healthy, but for other people that never had direction again, this is not. This is more dangerous.
Yes, sir.
That rabbit hole is even bigger.
Yes.
You know. So people say if you don't drink and drive. My thing is you shouldn't be around people that drink. You even got a car. You shouldn't be around the drinkers because everybody's level of influence is different.
Teach.
I could be around people that make me strong. You get around people that make you weak. You know, or people that's going to offer you things or ask you to do things. It's just the challenge now to be accepted or want to be a part of something for whatever reason.
Everybody want they like.
You know.
Yep.
They want their viral moment.
Yep. Yep.
What about viral? What happens when something viral is on the inside? You see,
Viral to vital.
now we need to have vital information as opposed to just wanting to go viral, because when something goes virus, it attaches to virus.
Wow.
We know what happens when viruses are around, man. We don't have vital information anymore.
Absolutely.
We have viral information.
And that's dangerous. I got to close because that's hurting me right now. Because every time I look at this pillow, it's just so overwhelmed. I'm seeing the health.
Yes.
I'm seeing the hip hop.
Yes.
Then I goes to Yankee Stadium. People might be mad for me bringing this up.
Go ahead.
That was like 30 to 50 million.
Come on. Come on.
I didn't see Bronx. I didn't see them build or create nothing for my youth after that event.
Come on.
So again, I'm not scared to say, yeah, hip hop was, but where's this budget and how did it affect my community? Because hip hop is my community.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
Hip hop is my culture.
Absolutely. And it's honestly, which they won't.
We should
Come
have
on.
It's a bunch of other
Hip-hop
people
got so
culture
much
too, because a
money.
lot of
Yeah,
people
very
take from
much
us
so.
and
Right. And they've built
So
and build
things for their communities.
absolutely,
and build things for their communities.
absolutely.
Their families have
Yes,
really
absolutely.
parlaying around the globe.
Absolutely,
Our communities are what?
absolutely.
We talk about, we started by asking about our favorite MCs, right? When you're so conscious, I was way to the left with conscious, right? I wasn't trying to hear no negative rap, even though, Biggie, some people may say Biggie's the top 5. As close as we are to the Locks family,
I love.
there was a time I wasn't trying to hear nothing.
No, he wasn't. When
You
look
couldn't
at
even bring, I'm
Yep.
not trying to hear that street stuff. Nah. I love them brothers. If you look at their communities, we've been on the ground. The most to the left in my mind, streets, drugs, and they spit it. They was hard with it. Jada,
That's
Styles,
powerful.
Sheik, top 5, all 3 of them. That group surpasses, in my assessment, how I believed in the W, which is my favorite group. Because on the ground community,
Yeah,
Styles P, Juices for Life, his wife,
absolutely.
in the arena of hip hop,
in the
of all the groups, of all the rappers, MCs that's out there, that group right there
community.
Absolutely.
said, yo, we need juice bars.
Yep.
Yo, we need health and wellness.
Pharmacy for life.
Pharmacy for life.
Somebody even thinking about the health of our people. Mad bling bling, no think. He
From
said,
them?
Nah, absolutely.
from them.
You would have expected this from,
See? From Common and somebody else.
Yep.
Yeah,
you see?
Right.
yeah. Absolutely.
Again, it's back to how those cells receive each other.
Absolutely.
How do they connect?
And I
Come
think
on.
too, like, just they genuinely love each other. You know what I mean? Like,
Come on.
genuinely love each other.
You saw it 25 years ago, 30 years ago.
they love their
They were the
community.
perfect
Yeah,
cells
absolutely.
individually.
Absolutely.
Growing up from children together. And then self,
No, absolutely.
family, all of their families are phenomenal
Yeah, absolutely.
in their communities.
Absolutely.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. Even when back
Come on.
back then, they're like the only rappers that could just go where they want to go. Any hood by themselves they wanted to, or if security
No
they wanted
security, that's
to.
deep.
If they
Why
wanted
is
to or
that
not.
again?
Any hood.
Energy.
And you know what's so crazy? You
Come
know Styles and 50 is my two favorite rappers. So when they started going at it, I was like, come on 50,
Yeah.
chill. Like
Yo, let me tell you what's the scariest thing. One thing I gotta mention, one of the things I seen on tour was one of the most. We did something. We already had the Juices for Life. I forgot where I was with. It was Styles. I don't know if it was PA or I can't remember. It was a couple of years back. The show was over. He was talking to the people. Queen came up to Styles and said, "Styles, come here for a minute, Brother King. I want my man to shake a real man, a real king's hand."
Oh.
He was like, "He is King, Queen." Started building with him. Now, I need you just to think about that. Your queen tells to another king, "Brother, I need this man to shake your hand to know and why." And then they conversed. I was more humbled that the brother took that humbly from his queen
Right.
and stood there and built with Styles. Like that to me was that. I mean, energy to energy.
Right.
And why she said what she said after their conversation.
Go ahead.
How many men like that?
Wow. Not a lot.
Because those men, what off
Yeah, what you talking
rip
about?
ego.
Yeah.
But I know that was a great couple because her energy to even want to say that. I felt the peace when she said it.
she has a different light. She got a light.
That's what I was about to go. Now her level is the word level backwards. It's a whole nother level. That's different balance.
Yes.
That's a different balance because why even introduce them? He didn't introduce them to Styles. She introduced them to Styles' energy.
Right.
To what she thought her principle was of strength. She don't know Styles. She never seen him a day in her life but at that show. But the words carry energy.
Wow.
So whatever she been listening to from them left her with an impression. This is a different type of man. He's always talking about being a gangster, but he's always talking about he's a gentleman. He don't ever say he's one thing without the other.
Come on.
What man does that?
And that's balance.
See, there goes. I didn't want to say. So I want to set the situation up to where you say balance, to where you say natural, to where you say this is the lifestyle. Because I don't like you, brother, until you give me words or reason not to. And
Absolutely.
there's people that we can big up you'll never meet in your life. Then when you see them, yo, that's OG Nook. You don't even know who he is. You just know him because of his reputation.
Right.
Yep.
And you all elated with that energy. So we're just trying to push this energy through health and wellness. We're trying to push this energy through education and stay, active. Mind, body activism. Get that mind right, that body right, and become active. Activism.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
I
y'all.
mean,
Thank y'all.
Supremely
thank y'all.
appreciate it.
Like, I know it's a lot of. I love all of my interviews, but there's just some where I get a natural high for like
That's what it should be.
weeks, and then when I'm watching it again, I'm like, ooh, like I'm hearing bars in a rap song, like So
Now we want our people to be here. We want even the brothers that's in hip hop, because a lot of our rappers look good. They iced out, but they're sick
yes,
Oh man.
on the
Yes.
low. But I ain't gonna tell them. I ain't mention no names, but
Right.
absolutely,
get healthy, brothers.
absolutely.
Right.
Get back to your communities, man. You're not bigger than your community. Please.
That's right.
We
Get
need
back to your community,
Absolutely.
man.
We need
Come
you.
out. I think every rapper, I'm telling them now, I'm trying to create a curriculum to every rapper that they don't have to. I'm making standards. If you platinum, this is what you should give back to your community. You want to give money? Give them these 3 things. A help.
Go ahead.
Spot. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
You went gold. You should offer this to your community.
Absolutely.
You don't want to do that? Then pick 30 youth out there to get them scholarships for health. Boom, bang. Let's create these spaces.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Who's the next brother that's going to work those cameras after Baif? So we got something now called Hit Squad.
Go ahead.
Acronym for Heroes in Training.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Go
So
ahead.
we pushing, brothers, but I'm going to push as fast as I can with
Right.
the time I got left.
Right.
Because it's moving upon us. Time is moving.
Yes.
No, time.
got left.
Nah, y'all don't get it.
It's getting faster.
Time is,
Yes. As it's supposed to.
it's getting
Yeah.
scary when they could
Yeah.
tell us an orange cloud came from all the way down there together and stood together. And we like this,
Right.
yeah, that cloud ain't coming. Bruh.
Right.
But you know, again, it's getting real, and we're becoming more and more conditioned and numb to believe in the things that we see if it's fake. We make them believe that it's even real.
Yep.
And we can't keep wanting to look forward to being individual cells. One person in the family getting the bag and chasing the bag.
That's one.
Come on. Cells have to work together.
Yep.
The body needs all these cells doing, not free radicals. Free radicals in the science world are looked down upon. Free radicals in our world should be uplifted.
Absolutely.
We are free radical. I'm a free radical. You're a free radical. Radical just mean root in the realness.
True.
We have to get all this thing together and invest and show our community, here's some more resuscitation for you.
Very much so.
Here's some more life for you. It's still here. It's still here. It ain't going
Hold
nowhere.
us accountable, please.
Right.
We got something to come up. We need you to be there, Health and Wellness Station. This is what we're doing. Let's do it.
Yes.
We need that in our community where they can see it.
Right.
You know.
Thank y'all.
Thank
Thank y'all.
y'all.
Thank y'all. Thank
Thank
y'all.
you.
Can y'all please just let everybody know where they could find y'all at? If, because I know you said,
We everywhere.
you said yes. But yeah.
We grateful.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. And thank y'all watchers. Please make sure y'all like, subscribe,
Thank you very
share,
much.
watch
Tune
another
in.
video.
Please. Yes.
And once again, you have tuned into the Health and Hip Hop Podcast Show with your girl. Health is key.
And the composer Rel.
And please, one more time.
Divine Allah.
Giant, 5'7", short and stout, wide in vision, health and hip hop.
Let's get it.
Yes.
Yeah. TK. Jersey. I've been on the grind, man. All it took was patience. That money on my mind, man. All I see is hating. He jocking on the low, man. You know the kid is wavy. Like how you mad at me when you know you're fucking lazy. Should've changed, But ain't a damn thing changed. Should've changed. It ain't a damn thing changed. Should've changed. Should've changed.